All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Super Mario Maker 2. I'm going to be your host, Unknown Availability. I've got a few donations to read before we get into the meat and potatoes of this run between the two teams here. We've got an anonymous donation of $100 saying Feen P. And then we have Justin W for $20. Thanks for exposing me to such great Mario Maker players, GSA. I agree, fantastic runners. And then we have Babyface Chris 63 also with $100. Way to make Kaizo levels look easy, Shoujo. Also agree, I was commentating on that. But with that, keep your donations rolling in, folks. We are currently at $18,051.76. With those donations, we broke the 18,000 mark. Just because we set a goal of 15,000 doesn't mean we're stopping there. So bring them in. I'd like to see 20,000 while I'm doing my hosting. But I'm going to turn it over to the commentators. Y'all kill it today.
Alrighty, thank you.
Thank you so much, Unknown Availability. We have, of course, got myself, Avalon, but with me today is Sean47 and his new microphone. So please, Sean, tell us all about that microphone.
Well, since, everyone's been doing spring cleaning, I was digging through the family home, and in a corridor of an abandoned section of the game room, I found looks to be a mic, no brand name. And let's not worry about that, as they look to be starting in their first level. Do you happen to know what category they've chosen for this first round?
So I believe they picked power up, but I'm not sure, to be honest, because they changed last minute. All I know is that we have the team who couldn't come up with a name, so IPK has decided they're called Team which is, of course, IPK and LilKirbs on the left of your display. And you're laughing now, but on the right of your display, you have Team Just Spin Jump on the Magic Forehead, which is, of course, the dragonfeeney and Toransushojo. So we're going to get straight into this, as IPK's been doing something really, really odd there as he goes through into this level. So this theme is all about the power-ups that you can collect through the various levels of Mario Maker. 3D World clearly showing a nice little builder suit one, and Feen is going through a Link level. So quite an interesting change already.
Yeah, certainly. In the couple of matches that I've fought prior to this one, this is the first one I'm seeing of the power-up category, so it's very interesting. There could be quite a few 3.0 levels, as we know. Certainly those had quite a few power-ups, especially for 3D World, as IPK having no trouble at all in this Don't Jump level. Quite long, 151 world record. Meanwhile, Feeney just slowly progressing through slow Link levels, which is standard.
Yeah, that's the thing with these don't touch the ground levels, is that they can either be really, really good fun and a really interesting platforming level, or they can be these, which are a real challenge. And I've actually played the level that IPK is going through at the moment, and these thwomps are deceptively hard to break these blocks, even though the builder suit has a really, really weird hitbox where you can throw the hammer down a little bit earlier than you need to clear the blocks out of your way. But it is definitely a slow and long level.
Oh, now he has to do... Oh yeah, the boom boom fight is fairly easy with the builder suit, but it's really interesting to see the usage of the clear pipes on IPK side to stall out the boom boom. Meanwhile, Feeney in her own boss fight with Bowser Jr.
Yeah, obviously, we've just had the Beast sliding in, trying to spy on his opponent, see what he's going to be up against later this evening. And he's also saying that he's also faced this round that IPK is currently going through in an endless run that he's done. So he also knows the pain of not touching the ground. Well, IPK has managed to find his way to the clear flag, just as Feeney does the same, keeping it close 1-1.
Yeah, so far, I believe IPK used a quick skip on the level that Feeney went through, but neck and neck so far.
Yeah, and just to sort of add some clarity over how these races are running and why we're running as well. Basically, what happened was there are a number of categories that John Wayne has curated for us. He's gone through a awful lot of levels, and we really need to give him a particular shout out at just how many levels he must have gone through to get these lists. But there are 8 categories, each of which can be selected up to 4 times over the night, and there are a variety of things such as speedrun, kaizo, troll, and then this category, which is power-up, so levels themed around a power-up. And the reason these runners are running is, although I mentioned earlier it was not for glory, it was for something more, I've been told that glory is still a big factor. So it is for glory and a great cause. I don't know if you want to tell us a little bit about that cause there, Unknown Availability.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Before I talk about the cause, I do want to go ahead and give a couple more donations out here. PC Fangirl with $20. Let me see your Feen grills. And Nerd Retro with $5. Feen Gas. Now, this is going out to the Hackensack University Medical Center Foundation, who is a very good foundation that's going to be helping out with the COVID-19 pandemic and the crisis. It is a very fantastic organization that every gift is going to basically go directly to them and help us raise money to support immediate patient care. For every $3, it helps with a N95 mask for healthcare workers. $10 takes care of antibody tests to help research better treatments, and 100% of funds raised are going to go directly to the COVID response fund. So thank you for that opportunity to read those donations as well. Back to you guys.
Yeah, certainly a great charity. So if you have the ability and the disposable income to do so, we would really appreciate if you could. Over $18,000 already donated to the foundation. And not to forget about why we're all here. In addition to fundraising, this is almost a neck and neck race right now as Feeney misses the jump and forced to go into the reset pipe. And IPK having no trouble at all with those jumps into the next section with the shoe intact. Let's see what section. IPK looks to be in a wait out the piranha. Oh no, he has to hit the P switch with the shoe on. So it's an infinite spawning shoe, so should have no trouble with that. And doesn't. And IPK now has the lead over Feen. Feen losing the shoe, and that looks to be vital to the chance to progress in this level.
There's no way you're making it over those spikes with some sort of decent and appropriate PPE footwear, and she just doesn't have it anymore.
Yeah, and Feen just having to take a dive off. Meanwhile, IPK entering, I believe, a link level. Yeah.
Thing is with link levels is the power-up brings so much versatility to Mario's moveset that you could get pretty much anything there. The shield adds an awful lot of interesting quirks, how you interact with, for example, the shell, or how fireballs will work, but also the bombs adds destructibility and the sword adds damage. It's just a big change to how the game would normally work. Obviously, that little challenge there that IPK went through, requiring the shield to reset the shell, but then the sword to actually sneak underneath it. So it's not a simple hold right and then make your way through the level sort of thing. It's actually a think about what you're doing and actually progress using your head, which is why that power-up is so great. Whilst I was blabbering on about how brilliant the Link power-up was, Feeney actually using a really intelligent method to bring that boot through those saws. She actually guided the other Goomba forwards to get herself a boot moving into that.
Yeah, and she easily makes it through the P-switch section and will pick up the clear shortly following IPK doing the same. I believe IPK has a 1 clear lead as Feeney. I think it's a 1 clear lead. I could be wrong. Anyways, they're both heading into Link levels. Another Link level. Link's clearly one of the most popular power-ups, as you can see.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. I mean, not only is the Link power-up, like I say, a really big change to how Mario works, but also one of the most popular gaming franchises, which is another one of the polls actually available to vote on as you donate to really show that, you know, you understand what the best game is and whether you think it to be Mario, which we're playing now, or Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, certainly. Avalon, what would you say your favorite power-up to play with and watch streams of would be?
Oh, I mean, if I had to watch endless of one particular power-up, it would definitely be the Link power-up. Like I said, it just adds so much versatility to your moveset, and the amount of different sort of levels you can get based around it are huge. But for a single level, I'd actually probably go with the Mega Mushroom. I think it's really underutilized in the way that it damages the stage as you go through it. I think that level creators can really sort of make some interesting stages of that, and I hope to see more and more as we go through.
Yeah, certainly. Mega Mushrooms are a very interesting power-up, and they're very fun to watch single levels, as you have to coordinate your jumps much more precisely relative to standard jumping, as if you jump too far off, you lose the block you're standing on and fall into the abyss. Feeney skipping that Link level, not having the ability as IPK did to successfully hit the shell such that she could go under it, and now they are on the same level with Feeney, I believe, using an extra skip. I think it's 2-to-1 on skips, and Feeney using 2.
Yeah, not surprised to see some skips coming through for this theme, because again, power-ups can mean anything and really sort of mess around with what you see coming through a level.
Yeah, certainly. Feeney just sitting at the top now, just waiting for the power blocks to show up. IPK, meanwhile, picking up another clear and getting that 2 clear advantage over Feeney. Feeney missing the shot at the on-off switch, allowing her to get further, and she will have to try again. But with 3.5 minutes to go, I'm not sure how likely it is she can catch up.
Yeah, she needs to hit that on-off switch, otherwise, at least she hit the checkpoint though, so the mistake's not going to end her chances here. It's just going to be a time sink of watching that death animation, watching that respawn animation. But if she can work out how this on-off switch works and when to time it like that one, then she can still progress through this level without wasting too much time on it.
Yeah, meanwhile, IPK in an SMW classic cape level, and taking a dive too far down and continuing to dive into the abyss. Feeney having a lot of trouble hitting that on-off switch.
Yeah, maybe Feeney hasn't had so much practice with Link Suit, because I'm quite surprised to see how much of an issue she really is having with this, I mean, relatively simple challenge. I don't want to cause too much upset, but it's not a tough shot to take.
Yeah, Feeney trying to do a jump shot originally and then realizing it was simpler just to stand on the corner, but that took about 2 minutes to get that shot alone, and facing a 2 clear deficit, that's really bad, for lack of a better phrase.
But of course, IPK are GSA champion for the season, so I'm not surprised to see him making his way through these levels slightly easier than... Oh, what a save!
That
what
was
a clever
beautiful!
play! Oh,
yeah,
wow,
IPK,
that is why he's our champion.
certainly losing the cape, but jumping on the thwomp before it got on the one-way and making it right up to the clear flag, doubling Feeney's clears right now, 6-3 with 90 seconds remaining.
going to be down to Shoujo probably to pick this up, because with 90 seconds, 3 clears is a big ask.
Yeah, certainly, especially with these power-up levels. None of these, I think, have been under a minute yet.
No, and you know, like we've already talked about, they haven't been simple levels either. They've been quite challenging levels with some interesting mechanics.
Yeah, iPK heading out of that level as Feeney picks up her 4th clear with a minute to go. Maybe she can pick up one more in this next level. Maybe with some cheese-based miracle, she can tie it up. Let's see.
I am quite excited to see this, because Feeney, you know, she should never be written off. She is known for finding some real jank levels as she makes her way through them. And I'm hoping that she can find something in this speedrun flight, which previously in chat, while we were live, actually, Don Wayne did call up the fact that when he was curating these level lists, he went through that cape level, and he has described it as horrid. So make of that what you will.
Oh, Feeney not going straight up and finding, I don't want to say cheese necessarily, but an opportunity to progress quicker as iPK at the buzzer getting 2-7, and that will be it. Team taking the win over, I forgot what Feeney and Shojo's name was because it was too long.
It's a mouthful, yeah. Just jump spin on the magic forehead there, coming in second behind Team
So Team Just Spin. Team Just Spin. That's what we're going with. And let's check in with unknown availability to see if we have any more donations.
Absolutely, thank you very much. Yeah, so no donations to have me read. I'm kind of disappointed, chat. What's going on here? Do you not like me? It's okay. I understand. But listen, we're not only going to be talking about the fact that we are giving 100% of the proceeds out to the Hackensack American Health COVID Response Fund. We are also going to talk about a few ways to stay safe while we're getting set up for the next racers. Remember, everyone in New Jersey and in the metro area, stay home so we as a community can recover and get better during this time. You know, practice your social distancing, maintaining 6 feet of distance, even if you are out, so we can limit the community spread. Wash your hands often. Try to keep hand sanitizer on you. If you're out in public, wear a mask or cloth covering your mouth and nose, both of them. Do not forget, you breathe through your nose as well. I've seen a lot of people personally who have had masks on their mouth but not their nose. It's very important to do both. So if you wear contacts, consider glasses instead, at least for this time being. This will keep your fingers out of your eyes and offer additional protection. There's other points to definitely make, but in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and pass it on back to our commentators. Thank you for doing such a great job.
And thank you so much for giving that back, just so we can take a moment to appreciate. This is the first time LilKirbs has come onto webcam during the entirety of his GSA career, and as you can see, he is playing the perfect game of staying perfectly still, keeping that blindfold on, as the level selection are coming up, and this time it is over to Team Just Spin to select the category, and they have chosen Kaizo. So LilKirbs and Shojo are going to be making their way through some Kaizo levels. Both of them are very well known for how good they are, so I have no idea where this race could go, because LilKirbs, his whole YouTube career is built on beating those levels that no one else can beat, and really achieving those impossible levels. But Shojo will stream for hours and just smash them out level after level, so I'm really excited to see how close this race will be.
Yeah, I've gotten confirmation from LilKirbs that he is also playing with his steering wheel and was practicing for 2 hours on Bowser's Big Bean Burrito just to get ready for this matchup. So certainly very exciting, as Shojo's adorable purple Yoshi will hopefully guide her through these Kaizos and a chance to take down the Titan that is LilKirbs.
Yeah, and LilKirbs, a Titan he may be, but it is IPK's emoji that is covering our chat. So where are the Shoujo fans, and where are our purple Yoshi emojis in this chat right now?
Oh, there they are, and there's some blind curbs as well.
I didn't know Curves had that emoji. I'm loving that. That can definitely stay in this chat. That is glorious.
Plenty of support right now in the chat. And a few IPKs.
So with all that support, we're going to get straight into this one as the runners load into their first Kaizo level. A Thwomp actually pushing that shell forward. What a great way to move a shell through a level. With Shoujo unfortunately missing that jump, having to start over, but Curbs has also made his own mistake, so both players are almost neck and neck. Curbs throwing a shell into his own face and just not progressing forward any further. I really love how that Thwomp pushes that shell forward into that level. I think that's such a clever little idea. I haven't seen it before myself. But the thing with Kaizo levels is that the shell jump after shell jump after shell jump really make you put time pressure on yourself. But as you can see with this slow moving snake block, you actually need to wait for a brief second to get the angle right as you go through that on-off block. So actually utilizing trusty Nintendo jank to move forward. So if you hit that on-off block whilst crouched, whilst jumping at the right angle, it will propel you, as Shoujo demonstrated, to get the clear. But you have to get it near perfect to progress. Brilliant. LilKirbs still struggling to make it through that level there.
Yeah, certainly two very difficult Kaizos on both sides. I got cut out for a couple minutes. What happened to Shoujo on the first level or Curbs on the second? Was it a skip?
No, Shoujo has Shoujo actually got the clear on the level, but the robot didn't pick it up. And LilKirbs has now also got that clear. The bot will be manually updated fairly soon. There you go. As I speak, it has been manually updated. But Shoujo there taking that clear on that second level. She had a whole sort of extra minute or so to work out how that level's going to go and what's going to happen next. So she's now 2-1 up.
Yeah, certainly looks like a chasm developing. Especially with these Kaizo-based levels, both these runners incredible at it. So with an almost 90-second or one level advantage, certainly an opportunity for Shoujo to run away with it, as Curbs so far not having any trouble in this Kaizo.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Both of these players are so skillful and so brilliant at reading Kaizo levels that the time that Curb spent getting through that first level could really cost him with Shoujo running away, and he's just got that clear there on the second level, so he's pulled it 2-2. But has Shoujo gained more information and therefore got that slight edge on this third level?
Shoujo, I think, is one jump away from clearing this, but having a lot of trouble with this final quasi-bomb ladder. There it is. Curve's finding a nice one-up that he definitely needs in this.
Secret win condition in this race is actually to collect all of the one-ups that you see. And that is why Curves is gonna pull this round forward.
Yeah, certainly we added a mini win con of first to 5 one-ups gets one additional clear, as Shoujo taking a quick skip on that 4th level and now heading into another Super Mario World Kaizo.
A more traditional Kaizo, this one that Shoujo's making our way through now, with more focus around shells and using those Monty rolls to make sure you can pick up the shell with that second jump. Really good indicators from this level creator, though, showing you how many times to jump with a coin. Really, really well played.
Yeah, this is
The
a
thing about
very
no, go ahead, sorry.
traditional, very well designed. My apologies. It's just a very nice, well created, well played by Shojo, and altogether exactly what you want to see from a Kaizo level.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing with Kaizo levels is it's not about trying to work out what the level is. It's about having that skill to do it. So those indicators through the level really made everything about that level so perfect. It looked, I haven't personally played the level, but it looked really tough. Because it was so indicated, the player's skill was able to shine without them having to try and work out what they have to do.
Yeah, certainly demonstrating how good both these runners are, as Shojo unsuccessfully navigates the bomb ladder. He needs to hop over and into the next section. Meanwhile, Curves missing probably the most difficult part of this level.
Yeah, no doubt. Very, really tough little jump there to sort of collect that shell and then shell jump midair. It's not as easy as the runners tend to make it look. Shell jumps are actually surprisingly tough, and throughout this, both through the regular GSA season and through this competition here, these runners at GSA just make shell jumps look easy, but they're actually really challenging, and the momentum you gain whilst moving there does not make it any easier.
Yeah, certainly Shojo getting caught by that spring initially and now having a little bit of trouble navigating through. Let's see how she can make it through as Curbs just booting up this level.
Yeah, and as Shoujo knocks down that cannon, I think it's a great opportunity to talk about how we're going to knock down the coronavirus and get back to a more normal life. So, unknown availability, what is going on with the Hackensack Medical Foundation?
Absolutely. So real quick, before I speak more regarding that, we do have a $20 donation from Seanster998. Thank you very much for that. Way to go, IPK and LilKirbs. Hope everyone is staying safe. And I agree, just a few more points about staying safe. You know, instead of texting, try phone calls or video calls just to stay better connected with your friends and family and avoid any kind of contact. After you go grocery shopping, throw away any bags and wash your hands. I would suggest avoiding the reusable bags for the time being, just because, you know, people do have to touch that. And after you go, make sure you wash your hands for 20 seconds after handling any kind of mail or packages or anything like that. There has been some breakouts inside of mail. So be careful, and, you know, wash any kind of produce or even drinks, cans and things like that you may get from any kind of convenience store and stuff of that nature. But don't forget, folks, I personally would love to see the 20,000 mark reached. That is definitely right over 1,000 away. We are at $18,096.76. Big shout outs to everybody who's donated so far. Thank you so much for supporting the Hackensack Foundation.
Yeah, huge numbers coming in for donations. So thank you so much for everyone's support with this brilliant cause. That is why our runners are here. There is no prize fund at the end of this for them to claim. There is no sort of benefit to them personally. They are here for this great cause, and they are here for this with the same reason we're all here for, is to really nail this one in the bag. And it's really great that unknown availability brought up phone calls over text, because I think we often forget how important that voice interaction can be. And, you know, everyone's in a similar situation where they're just not seeing people that they would normally get to see, which is tough. Like these Coopers, a little curb to stand on, they're not going to be seeing their families probably for quite a long time. They're going to be in hospital for a while. But luckily, your donations will help them get out of hospital significantly faster, as he takes that clear, bringing up to 6-6 in this race with about 5.5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, certainly very important to stay in contact with your friends and family as much as you can. We are all separate, but we are all also together in this experience, and we will all make it out together. As Shoujo having no trouble getting to the checkpoint, of the bomb skip, but sending the bomb the wrong way and has to hit a spike.
Yeah, really challenging set of bomb skips actually, to have to bounce one bomb and then switch to the next bomb and keep moving forward. It's not an easy trick to make there.
And now both these runners are tied, and Shoujo getting defaced by a bomb, and Curbs not sending the bomb far enough. So now both these runners in the bomb skip section, both these runners having a fair bit of trouble in this bomb skip section.
Yeah, actually having to knock that bomb underneath a bit of an awkward setup there, and LilKirbs learning the hard way that momentum needs to be carried forwards. But if you do carry that momentum forward too fast, the bomb won't actually make it past that little section. But Shoujo's worked it out. She's now on that climb, and I think it's just a drop for the win now. You just got to get that bomb to blow up some of the wall, and you're good to go. And yeah, there it is. She has got that clear.
Yeah, right on cue. Shoujo figures out the final bomb skip and just gets a casual bomb send off to the right to clear it, but Curbs looks to be close behind. There's a fairly easy bomb skip at the end, and there it is.
It's really good fun to see chat getting involved and talking about how great Curbs is doing, given that he's blindfolded. And I also want to point out how great it's doing that he's not moving at all. I think that really adds to his run, to be honest.
Yeah, it looks to be a casual Kaizo with all of the basic tricks that you know and love. Avalon, what would you say is your favorite trick in Kaizo? Do you prefer shell jumps, P drops, pow drops, spring drops? What is your favorite?
I mean, for me personally, there is nothing worse than the item drop that Shoujo is skillfully smashing through at the moment, and Curbs not far behind her. I cannot stand the physics behind it. I am all about shell jumps for this sort of setup. I find P jumps actually quite easy. I think they are very overrated for a Kaizo setup, but these guys, it doesn't matter what the trick is, they tend to make them look so easy.
Yeah, Shoujo making that pow drop look easy, and now shortly picking up the checkpoint, and we'll find the double shell jump. Or not!
Yeah, set up for a double shell jump, and LilKirbs is trying to make it a double shell jump, but Shoujo just zooming through with that single. Shoujo has spent the whole of the evening demonstrating how great she is at shell jumps. She had a level early where she had 5 vertical shell jumps in a row, and she just makes it look so effortless.
Yeah, certainly Shoujo getting warmed up on those quintuple shell jumps to her. Oh no, Curbs! Galupa! Waiting for him after the double!
Oh, it was so camouflaged with the background. This time he takes a higher jump to avoid it and knock it into the lava where it bloody well belongs. Cannot believe that.
That was fantastic. I don't know what to say about that, except that was the barbfish, but with the Galumba.
Yeah, good old barbfish. I mean, we got now 65 seconds on the clock and 8-8, so it could very well be the next clear wins, or we could be looking at overtime depending on how this level pans out as they move forward. Interesting sets of shell jumps to go forward. Shoujo making it there. She actually made that first jump fine with a shell. However, she has found herself soft locked despite getting the checkpoint. That is rude as she exits out of the course. But no, as I was saying, she actually made it the first time with a single shell jump, but it hit the on-off switch, which stopped her climbing any higher. The soft lock has taken away her trust enough for her just to skip out of that level and have nothing to do with it.
Well, it was also the fact that she didn't have enough time to progress in this level without time expiring, and she will not have time to progress in the level she's currently on without time expiring. So we will head to an 8-8 overtime. A chance for Team to take the win in their first match, or Team Jump Spin to tie it up and set up an all-important Game 3.
Yeah, and we are going for the regular season overtime rules, where they will be facing the same level together, and it'll just be the first one to beat it. That's it. That's the whole rules for the level. So we're looking like we're going to be going to casual AV.
Let's see, what could casual AV stand for? Casual audio visual.
That's the first thing that came to my head. Was that the audio visual? Yeah.
Yep. Maybe it will be some casually nice music and some beautiful visuals, as Super Mario World tends to bring.
Yeah, who knows? It's a shame that we don't get to enjoy the game sound for music levels, as Milo counts in the players and they load it up, ready to go. Casual AV, Kaizo's 101. It might even be a teaching level, looking at that. It also might not. I thought when it said, I thought it might be a teaching level, but it just isn't. Although, there is no way to die there, so maybe it is. Who knows?
Oh, Curbs getting the advantage due to Shojo having spun the ball in the wrong direction. And that will give him a few seconds, and that might be all he needs for Team to take the victory.
Yeah, obviously, if Team take this victory, then they have won 2 sets in a row and therefore the game. Whereas Shoujo, a lot of pressure riding on her. She needs to win this to keep Team Just Spin in the game.
There it is! She's got it!
There's the clear!
Checkpoint did not pay off for Curbs.
Absolutely incredible. So we will be going to the third game.
That was so unfortunate. Curbs thinking he had to progress further in the level, not seeing the tape. Shojo just holding right, needing to make that shell jump, and she got it. So Team Jump Spin ties it up 1-1, and we will quickly pass it to unknown availability for some more information on the coronavirus.
I have to say, what? Oh my lord, that was amazing. I'm over here on mute, just screaming in my mic, like, oh man, that was amazing. Shout outs to Shojo for pulling that off. But real quick donation from Dr. Mrs. the Batman, $50 saying go Fab. Yes, shout outs to the Beast for sure. And again, just a little bit more information for you. I know I mentioned this earlier, but we're going to constantly mention this for everybody. The Hackensack Merit and Health COVID Response Fund is definitely accepting all of our donations because we want to make sure we take care of everybody in this time of need. $3 will pay for an N95 mask for healthcare workers. That is a top-notch mask to make sure everybody stays safe. $10 will pay for an antibody test to help research better treatments and a cure. And 100% of our funds will go directly to that COVID Response Fund and work to help save as many lives as we possibly can. So thank you so much for all your donations. Once again, I personally really want to see us get even closer to that 20,000 mark. We are just under 2,000 away from that. We are $18,146.76. So the sky is the limit. We really want to make sure we take care of everybody. So shout outs to everyone who has donated so far. And back to you, commentators, while we're getting ready for the next match.
Brilliant, thank you. So the way this final match will be working is that obviously each runner has had a go in this game so far, so they select their runner for the final. So Team Just Spin have picked Shojo, and Team are currently deciding who is going to be the one to close this game out for them. So who knows what we're going to do? They're currently discussing what category they're going to do, what player they're going to put forward into this race. So whilst we have them make those decisions, I'd just like to reiterate what Unknown's just talked about with this great cause that we're supporting. The Hackensack Medical Foundation are doing incredible work in New Jersey towards prevention of coronavirus, and safely donate 100% of the money that we raise to the charity instead of Twitch taking their cut through subs and such. So if you do wish to donate, either try !donate into the chat to get a live link, or go to tiltify.com/@speedrun, where you can also vote on which team is your favorite, so they can get that extra fan boost to really sort of lift them up, lift their morale, and give them the win that they so please. It looks like IPK is going to be racing for Team Up for this final round, so it'll be IPK versus Shoujo.
And despite my best efforts, I could not convince IPK to pick Hell/Troll. He will be going to the platform category instead.
I am so disappointed. We had a troll selection last level, and I tell you what, both of those runners should be in Season 4 for GSA regular season, and I am going to relentlessly hound them over how they had 15 minutes with not one clear. So I am really displeased to see IPK pick platforming over that.
Yeah, I was so excited to see another troll set first to one wins, effectively. But unfortunately, or I guess for you guys, fortunately, we will get to see some high quality platforming between IPK as Curbs is picking up his burrito.
There we go. Curbs can finally move again now the webcam is off his face. He has been sat so still for so long. He is probably very, very gracious as we bring up the category board once again. As you notice, each time a cache is selected, it is grayed out. So as platform is clicked there, it is gone. We've only got 2 times that platforming can be picked for the rest of the evening. So it could very well come to the point where, you've got some great platforming teams or great Kaizo teams, and they cannot pick those categories. They have to pick from the 3.0 update, or they have to pick those troll levels, or they have to pick the longer levels, which our runners hate. So it just depends on how these guys choose to strategize around the level clicks.
Yeah, I'd be remiss if I said I wasn't hoping for the categories to run out and 3.0 update and troll to be some of the ones that decide to be played, as those are my personal favorite levels to see as we look to be heading into, I believe that's a Denmark flag, into the platforming section.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to embarrass myself with my geography knowledge, so I'm not going to comment on what flag that is. I should know, as a Brit, it is a European flag, but I'm just going to rapidly move on into the fact that this level is your classic platform level, as they are almost frame in sync going over these blue platforms.
Yeah, neck and neck at this moment, both simultaneously picking up the checkpoint, and so far having no trouble at all with this platforming level.
Just hiding under these spikes. I'm being told by chat that that flag is the Finnish flag from Finland, but as we all know, as per the rules of the internet, Finland doesn't actually exist. So we can move rapidly on from that. As they go into the next level, wall kicks will work. Given the amount of SM64 we've had over this weekend, I mean, we now know that wall kicks will not work. I don't know if you guys caught the mirrored 4-way race between our team captains for the relay race, but they did not work out the wall kicks. IPK, making the wall kicks look easy, however, and Shojo not far behind.
Yeah, no trouble at all for both these runners. Oh, but angry son comes for Shoujo, and she says, "Get me out of here." And an almost beautiful dodge by iPK, but unfortunately the angry son will take him out as well.
Yeah, as they fight their way, avoiding this sun, dropping through the ice. Bit of a confusing setup to have such a glorious sun with all this ice around. Chat asking for a quiz for the commentators to go through their geography and their flags, and I'm just telling you now, that is not happening. You want good content here, and our geography as a whole, we had a Jackbox night the other day, and it was not good. I tell you now, it was not good.
Look, I know American flag, British flag, Australian flag, because they're basically the same. If you want more than that, I don't know what to tell you.
But in a far more important world than our lack of geography knowledge and lack of understanding of flags, iPK has chosen to hit the base of that flag, not flexing his wall kick skills, but proving that wall kicks will work.
Yeah, I believe now both these runners are neck and neck heading into this 3D world level, as Shoujo picking up the second checkpoint.
Yeah, this is going to really show the value of those skips. IPK now making through, I mean, he makes it look like an easy level, but it's not an easy level, and Shoujo has already bashed through this, also make it like an easy level, but that skip that she took on wall kicks will work has maybe given IPK a slight advantage here, as we've seen this level finished already, and IPK just taking the flag himself, taking a lead, but also just joining Shoujo in this 3D world stage.
And right on cue, Shoujo getting through the 3D world level, and I believe retaining a 1 clear lead. Yeah, there it is.
I love 3D world levels. I think the 3D world level is just the theme is really underutilized. There's so many interesting things you can do, especially now the on-off blocks have been added in that 3.0 update. And I think IPK's level, although not using the blocks I've just mentioned, is a real good example of how to use unique assets in the 3D world to create a challenge around unique mechanics in the 3D world by combining those spike blocks and the long jumps that he's currently making his way through now.
Yeah, I certainly agree. One of my favorite things when it comes to 3D World are the loads of new power-ups that it got. The bullet bill, the propeller, among others. They are one of my favorite things to watch. But Shoujo having no trouble platforming and getting the 4th clear.
Yeah, I thought that, like in my head, I thought she died there, but I forgot that she had that slight little safety net as she slid over the spikes. I thought that was her gone. IPK suddenly struggling with these long jumps around these time blocks, which pulls it back nicely to what I was saying about using unique assets of the 3D world with unique mechanics. But he manages to make it through, pulling that score back to 4-4 as he goes into the next 3D world level that Shoujo has just finished herself.
Yeah, Shoujo on certainly a Kaizo platforming, if nothing else, with just a lot of shell jumps and tight jumps. Meanwhile, IPK flying through these wall kicks.
Shoujo definitely in a more traditional level. again, not an easy level, but something she's going to be much more comfortable with. It's much more what you'd expect to see if you were running Kaizo levels over and over again, which she is well known for doing.
She does not seem to be comfortable with getting over these munchers, as iPK picking up that 5th clear and will be heading into the level Shoujo is currently on as she takes another muncher.
Yeah, now IPK is in that same level, and this should be interesting. Shoujo has so much level knowledge about what happens and where things go and how you need to get over, but she struggles to get over these high muncher jumps. It's a full jump to get over, and it's not an easy jump to make. But IPK, unfortunately, just not bringing the Koopa all the way through and knocking him out of shell the right way, but he did get a checkpoint. So is ahead of Shoujo in level, who has chosen to skip it using her second skip of 3. I'm quite surprised by that.
I understand. And IPK in 1 or 2 attempts made it further than Shoujo had in 10. And IPK picking up that 6 clear. So I think Shoujo should have skipped that earlier, if anything.
Yeah, she definitely got hung up on it. But IPK rapidly clearing through and really solidifying a lead now, 6-4. The reason he's here, of course, to solidify that lead is for the brilliant cause that the whole of PACE has been raising money for. I've got Unknown Availability hosting this race to tell us more about that now.
And wonderful transition, I have to add. So with that, I actually have 2 more donations to read. Johnny Levin with no message, $10. Thank you very much for that. And Dank Providence donating $3. That is saying, hey, Lud, thank you all for always making me smile with your awesome content. So shout out to that. I do want to go ahead and shout out the polls that are available. They're just a fun way to give some fan support to your favorite runners and things like that right now. For your favorite SMM2 team, we have Grand Pooh Bear and the Beast 721, or otherwise known as Team the Bear 721. They are ahead at 450, and the dragonfeeney and Shojo, the ones that you're watching right now, are actually right behind them, not very far, 334-33. And honestly, Shojo's showing up, man. They're trying to make that push to partner. I think they deserve that shout out for sure, because I am amazed and surprised. But there's other ones you can also vote for. In particular, best game franchise, there's Pokemon, Sonic, Mario, and Zelda. Sonic is ahead right now because of a big donation earlier at 1345.
Oh.
Yeah, right? Sonic? Who thought? Mario's right behind that with 1048.46. So, but yes, all your donations are going to be going to the Hackensack Meridian Health COVID Response Fund. And that is a wonderful cause to help with the COVID-19 virus that has been a pandemic for us, and everybody, I think, has really been affected by having to be locked up. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it on over to you commentators again. Thank you again for such great commentary.
Yeah, thank you for taking care of the donations. I just wanted to say, because I have family who work in the ICU, so I just wanted to say, if you know any healthcare professionals, be sure to display your gratitude towards them for working long hours, taking care of us, and taking care of the people who are sick, and allowing us to be able to stay home. And for, I think it's an 85% of people go back home and recover from COVID-19.
Yeah, and I think that thanks, it needs to be spread out, to everyone. I mean, I myself in real life, not in Mario World, am a healthcare worker myself. But it's not just healthcare workers that are currently out there on the front line. It's those food retail workers. It's the delivery drivers. There are so many people that are out there risking their own well-being to make sure that the country is run as expected, and they really do deserve our thanks. So next time you're in Walmart, or if you're not American and you shop in Tesco like a normal person, then just give them that extra little bit of respect and thanks for the fact that they are out there risking their own health to make sure that you can just buy food so that you can eat.
Yeah, certainly. Thank you, Avalon, and make sure to just appreciate all those people who are working to just keep us okay as as Shojo gets the 7th clear, hopefully with an opportunity for 3 minutes to go to tie it up. And hopefully, maybe one day, Americans will figure out whatever the heck Tesco is.
Yeah, Walmart's such a big brand that everyone seems to talk about over here because apparently you can buy anything in Walmart, but Tesco is just a normal food shop. You can buy bacon.
Okay, Walmart is quite literally everything. I don't think I've ever gone to Walmart and just been like, oh, I can't find X thing.
Yeah, no, we have to get a little bit of everything from a little bit of everywhere. Now in this 3D world, both runners actually caught up with each other on the same stage, which is always exciting to see. But it really shows how skips have been used with a 3 clear lead to Team
2. The clear counter is not updated, but it's 2. It's 7 to 9.
2. Sorry. It is 7 to 9, my bad. So I actually thought that Shoujo had taken another clear whilst I was prattling on about Tesco. But obviously not.
Yeah. I think it's 3 to 1 skip wise, but either way, Shojo's used 2 more than iPK. And despite all that, iPK was able to catch up and once again, like we've been saying, demonstrate why he is the current reigning champion of GSA.
Definitely no accident that he won this tournament, but Shoujo herself, an incredible player. I honestly think that the difference here is skip decisions as they move forward and through. But Shoujo has now taken that clear, so that is now only 1 between them. Now 9
it's
to
back
8
to 2.
And IPK clears. I'm just going to stop talking about clears and go back to test. That's where I clearly am an expert. But, you know, with a minute on the clock, it really depends on what levels are next. What has John Wayne picked for these runners? 45 seconds. Can Shoujo clear 2 things before IPK clears any more?
Oh, I'm so here for this. Bristow in the chat. How did they get Harry Potter to be a commentator?
Do you know what? It's a very English thing, but I actually grew up across the street from someone who acts in Harry Potter. His name, I won't go through, but he was stood next to Ron Weasley in the scene where Dumbledore may or may not die to avoid spoilers. So, you know, that's a very British thing. But 5 seconds on the clock.
I think everybody needs to scroll back through the movie. I believe that Dumbledore would be in the 6th one, and just find that moment and ping Avalon mercilessly in the Discord with the photo of his friend. And with that, this race comes to a close. Team winning over Team Jumpspin 10 to 8 as IPK and LilKirbs taking their first match. And once again, we are all here for one reason, and that is not to make fun of the British. That is to help support COVID-19 relief efforts. So be sure to donate if you can. Thank all the people who are working. I am Sean47 here with Avalon, and we are signing off. Peace.
Hang around for the next race, guys. It was going to be a